Happy New Year.
New Year.
You've had 3 games and 3 practices now. Are you feeling like you're imprinting some of what you want on the team?
Yeah, I think we are. Some of the areas that we picked, we've gone after pretty hard. Hasn't been many, but what we've picked, we've worked hard in practice. We're seeing some of it in the games. Players are quite receptive. The effort we're getting in practice is sharp. They're coming to the rink to get better, not just to practice. And so far so good, but it's still honeymoon. We'll see where it all goes later on.
Todd, is Berggren a guy that you want just to see his offensive talents and skills kind of come out? I think one thing he said was you told him to just kind of let
Play
it loose.
free.
Yeah, play free.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. You hear from people when you come about individuals and maybe what their skill sets are and what tools they bring to the game each day. And Bergie was, described to me as an individual that had some offense and had made plays, Grand Rapids, NHL in the past. And I think when a new coach comes in, you're a younger player, you're afraid to err, you're afraid to make mistakes. You just want to play a nice, safe game and not be talked about. And sometimes you're talked about because you do play that way. We saw last night he does have some pretty good offensive instincts and talent, and we want that to come out with a smart game all over the rink, though.
Hey Todd, do you call other coaches and what is this? How do you make this guy tick or something like that? Do you guys kind of network a little bit that way?
You know what? There are a couple of close guys maybe,
Yeah.
but relationships are different all over the place. So what maybe I like a player that somebody else won't. Because I see something different in him, or he responds differently to me, so that can be quite dangerous sometimes too. You might have players and you just like to affirm something. Hey, when you had so-and-so, did you ever come across this situation? And that might help you, but not a lot. And obviously we're on different teams. We're trying to protect our assets, and we don't really share a lot that way.
The circle game at the end, is that just a fun, intense way to end the practice?
Well, it has a fun element to it, but the battle in the middle for body position, the quick hands and quick vision that comes into play, that's all about what happens in and around the blue paint. And if we want to score goals, we have to go there and make those types of plays. It also forces the goaltenders to really move quickly. So for as much as they're having fun, we're kind of tricking them into doing some skill work and battle work that's necessary for gameplay.
Sounds like you said the first time in 20 years they had all 6 defensemen jump
Yeah,
at the
they
same
were.
time.
Usually they can figure out the colors. All 6 went into the circle together. So, that was the first time in a while.
Just on the coaching front too, one person you can pick their brain on is the staff down in Grand Rapids. And I know right now you're in such a get everything going here, and you haven't had a call-up situation. But how do you start building that relationship with them, so because at some point you'll...
Yeah, Dan has reached out to me, and I owe him an apology for sure, because I haven't even got back to him, and that's on me. That's wrong, because the communication has to be alive between these two teams, and he's reached out, and I failed to follow up on my end, but I'll find some time over here and just and get to know him a little bit. But I do know that staff is doing an outstanding job. That team's in good hands, not only with the coaches and the assistant coaches, but with some of the leaders that are there. I've heard that they play a real hard game. They compete hard for each other. So all of those intangibles are in place. As far as structure and systems, it's pretty hard to get 2 teams going at the same time. So whatever he's doing down there right now, he's doing a good job. Keep it going. And as players come up, we'll try and doctor them into what we're doing here.
With Casper, what do you think it would look like for him to eventually add a little more offense to his game?
I just think it's going to come. If you think about some of the opportunities or chances he's had, those will eventually go in. He'll start to feel better and get a sense of relief. But he has created some chances for himself and for other players in my 3 games here. There's always pressure on those young players because, as I said, they come in as superstars, and 2 or 3 of them are first rounders. You look around and all of a sudden they're potting 15 or 16 goals and you feel like you're getting left behind. But I see Marco as a complete player, not just an offensive player. We're using him penalty killing. And in a strange way, when you penalty kill, you actually learn a little bit about offense too. So he's in a good spot. Try and find him a few more minutes here and there. But 9 periods, I think he's got a real bright future ahead of him.
Todd, when you're trying to get a team to play free and to play instinctively, what's the balance between that and then some of the kind of meat and potatoes, getting the puck deep and how much you want them to dump first?
Well,
hang on.
I should probably clarify, playing free and playing dumb are 2 different things. So, freedom to make plays when the plays are there, not freedom just to hope pucks into the middle and turn them over and then let's back check. That's not free. And that won't work. But if you see a play and you're trying to make it and it doesn't work out, we have to live with a little bit of that. We have to have some offense. But if you're just careless, you're reckless, you just turnover after turnover, that's not going to work real well. So free is not careless.
In a strange way, is a 2-game road trip kind of ideal right about now? Maybe get to know him even more now?
Yes. I'm excited about seeing how our team's going to respond right now on the road because we're now a week together as a group. We've got some concepts in place. I think they feel good about themselves. We're going to go into a building tomorrow where I think they've only lost 4 times all season. Like they have a real good home record. They're playing very well there. And then obviously we're going to go play one of the best teams in the league. So these 6, 7, 8 periods that we're going to play are, I think, again, I talked about roadmaps. They're going to provide us a roadmap of where we go as a group and can we keep forging forward or do we have to go back and review things? But I'm excited about seeing how the group will play.
Are you going to go back to Talbot or ride the hot hand?
We're still going to talk about it here today. They're both ready to play and healthy and excited about seeing either one. Probably see both of them on this trip.
On that regard, just with Alex Weston, the goalie coach, just getting to know him and how he operates. What's talked about last week, but with Alex,
all of the coaches, Alex included, have done a real good job of doing exactly what Trent and I have needed. They've helped prepare us. They've helped confirm things that we're seeing. They've helped to and stepped up and said, well, no, that's not really, that's not that player. It was just that moment, which is a good thing. And Alex has the goaltenders prepared for practice. I think that Telbs, all the stops he's had with us, he's familiar with some drills. He knows the pace that it's going to come at him with. So he's okay with that. Alex, on the other hand, it's new for him. And both Alexes, coach and goaltender, it's newer for them. So Telbs is a big help.
As a head coach, how much do you, for lack of a better word, worry about goaltending, right? Because there's so many things.
Well, we always worry about goaltending.
Worry about it, but as far as the job is to stop the puck, but how much are you worried about how they do it versus this? What's kind of the balance?
Yeah, I don't profess to know a lot about goaltending and angles and reverse VH and all of these types of things. I'm pretty simple, just stop the puck and we got to look up at the end of the night and have more saves than the other team. The technical part, the planning, the maintenance, the prep for the goaltenders is out of our hands. Now, are we all part of it? For sure.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if we get poor goaltending, that's as much on me as anybody.
Thanks, man.